Hello, What Culture? My name is Simon Miller, and welcome to Ups and Downs on Boxing Day, or Wednesday, if you're not into any of that stuff. But really, if we are focusing on days, given what happened on SmackDown, I think we've got to take our flag, smash it in the sand, and say that officially today, even though every day is, but today especially, is Rusev Day. My bubble fell backwards. It is also the last SmackDown of 2018, so from myself to yourself, thanks very much for being along on this crazy journey we do call Ups and Downs. And given that is the name of the show, let's up those downs for Christmas Day SmackDown. I swear that R-Truth and Carmella now just start every single SmackDown that comes along. They do make me laugh, even in spite of myself getting up. R-Truth was dressed as Truthy Claus, but forget all that, because Carmella was Calm Alpha. And I tell you, even if everything else sucked around this, that pun is so preposterous, it goes full circle, comes back around, and it would have gone up just for the fact that WWE called her Calm Alpha. I mean, she wasn't even dressed that much like an elf. She just had a little green hat on. They did do a 7-second carol break, and I don't know what it is, but I just don't like it when they do this. I find it really cringy, but I give it a pass here because, you know, it is Christmas. After Truth had accidentally named all of the Jackson brothers rather than Santa's reindeers, Daniel Bryan thought he'd come out and spoil the party, and my word, did he do a good job. He spun a story that the way the humans are treating the planet is going to cause global warming, and if we get to global warming, all the ice caps are going to melt, and that will sink the North Pole where Merry Saint Nick lives. Daniel Bryan, my friends, is a really good heel. Truth threatened to hunt down Daniel in the Royal Rumble because, of course, he is number 30, and if he does win, potentially, he could ask to fight Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania if Daniel Bryan is still champion. As you can work out, Daniel Bryan didn't enjoy hearing that, so told Truth he couldn't even count to 30, let alone win from that spot. And of course, R-Truth being R-Truth, then started to count, and when he got to 7 seconds, him and Calm Alpha, they did a dance break, and I've already told you what I think about that. It also meant that when Bryan did attack him during this, I wasn't all that upset. He locked in the heel hook, he stomped in his face, and basically like an absolute crazy person, which he's been doing for the last few weeks, and carried it on here. Screw the festive season, he's a psychopath, and psychopaths never rest. I'm also 99% sure that given this was a taped episode of the Tuesday Night Show, WWE decided to pipe in cheers and boos, and I hate it when they do that. It sounds so fake, especially because the sample you use is the same and you just copy and paste it throughout the episode. That gets a down. After this, well, I got confused. We were going to have Andrade Cien Almas versus Mustapha Ali, and that is something I absolutely want to see. It got a little fist pump from me, but then my brain went, wait. If Mustapha Ali pinned the WWE champion 7 days ago, shouldn't that be the program? Should we have some kind of clash here? And given that we didn't, I was all ready to give this a down, but luckily SmackDown came through later on, so WWE, you got away with it, you saved yourself from a down. What a Christmas you're having. Unsurprisingly, the match itself absolutely rocked as two very talented dudes butted heads. Of course, that's getting enough. It was pretty much all gravy, but the highlight was when Mustapha Ali tried to do a sunset flip powerbomb from the top rope, and Almas landed on his damn feet. And I know we've seen that before. I know at least one person's gonna go, well, I've seen it done better elsewhere. I don't care, man. It looked badass here, and it's a show about SmackDown. Brilliant. It's an interesting finish too, because you do mix the good with the bad. Mustapha Ali did win after the 054, so what a run he's having on the main roster. But Andrade Cien Almas, well, look at his history. He got called up from NXT, he had a few pretty decent matches but didn't do anything. He then vanished like a magician, and now he's back and he's losing again. Still though, Mustapha has been on fire, and if WWE keeps up with this in 2019, who knows just how far he can go. He's a likeable chap. I am excited. And an up for the Samoa Joe promo, because I'm pretty sure at this stage you can give him any single script that you want, and he will make it sound terrifying, because he's meant to be a terrifying guy. Up. Here he was setting up his match with Jeff Hardy later by saying that he thinks that he, Samoa Joe, is Jeff Hardy's new addiction. And if that is the case, Joe, you better watch out, because you're basically saying that Jeff Hardy is a stalker. So lock your doors, close your curtains, and also maybe give DDP a call. He knows all about that stuff. A rehab match of sorts followed because we did have Gallows and Anderson's teaming with the Usos to take on The Bar, who were teaming themselves with Sanity. So it was two established tag teams taking on two other tag teams that recently have just evaporated into the abyss. But up. New Day were also on commentary, but honestly, this really did feel like everybody just wanted to remind fans, oh yeah, we do have more tag teams on SmackDown, which is probably why Gallows and Anderson won after hitting the Magic Killer onto Cesaro. Poor Cesaro. And also, Sanity were protected too, because although they lost in the record books, which don't exist by the way, they didn't actually, none of them got pinned, none of them submitted, they basically got screwed over by The Bar. 2019 is when tag team wrestling needs to come back to prominence in the WWE, and hopefully stuff like this is the start of just that. Also, when the New Day did come out for commentary, Santa Claus was portrayed by Big E, and he was just rubbing oil over himself for no apparent reason. Straight up, I love Big E, he hilarious, because he's crazy. Right, going back to what we were talking about a few minutes ago, and when WWE managed to win me back, Mustapha Ali, he was backstage and he was being congratulated by the other 205 Live guys, and then Shelton Benjamin, who himself hasn't appeared on SmackDown for ages, what we doing there, let's change that, walked up to him and said, welcome, officially, to SmackDown Live. My bubble moved again. Anyway, as he was enjoying this welcoming party, Daniel Bryan attacked him and just screamed that he shouldn't even be on the damn show because he kept beating him up. As usual, Bryan looked absolutely possessed during all of this, and it only helped Mustafa Ali because now he gets even more sympathy as a babyface. That gets an up. What kind of did annoy me is, like I said, there were a bunch of wrestlers around him, but they didn't really help, especially because Daniel Bryan attacked twice. He walked off the screen, and apparently in WWE land, if you walk off the screen, even though he would have clearly been in the peripheral vision of these wrestlers, they just ignored him. So Cedric Alexander, you were there. I can't remember who else was. A couple of other dudes, but you did a bad job protecting your friend. It's like if I do this, you know I'm still there, and if you don't, what is going on? Miz TV next? I don't get it. Sorry, down. I've got nothing against it, I'm just confused. The Miz did welcome his guest Shane McMahon, and they were going to talk about the new regime, but obviously they weren't, and Miz quickly turned tables and say, let's talk about you and me being a team. Please be a team, I want to be a team. I think the weirdness here is that this storyline started before all the McMahons went on Raw and said, oh, we're going to start again, and yet we continue it here, and we've clearly shifted course to try and make everything make sense. Because at one point Shane McMahon was definitely going heel, and now I don't think he is. So to win Shane O'Mac over, The Miz told a story about no matter what he's done in his WWE career or outside of it, his dad has never been proud of him, and the only person he's ever seen him proud of within the wrestling world was Shane McMahon. There's also a slight plot hole, because The Miz told us that his dad said, look, if you ever teamed up with Shane McMahon, what an amazing team you would make. Well, he must think you're pretty good then, Miz, because you'd be part of that team. Anyway, Shane insinuated that he had the same relationship with his father, and yes, that would be Vince, and because of that, sure, let's do it. And the full stop of all of this is that they asked the audience, which is the new thing, that WWE Universe is now the authority, and everyone chanted yes, so The Miz and Shane McMahon are now officially a team. And look, let's wait and see what happens, and The Miz delivered his promo brilliantly. I mean, he was really good, I felt his emotion, but in terms of a story arc, it didn't work for me. I'm an asshole. Does that mean they're going to go after the tag team titles as well? Because given what we just said about that division, I don't know if we want to see Shane McMahon and The Miz in it. Rusev was having a great day as well, because not only is it Christmas Day, not only was it his birthday, but it's Rusev Day, and he cut a promo saying he's going to win the US title from Shinsuke Nakamura later. Awesome. We then got Jeff Hardy versus Samoa Joe, and look, let me tell you this, I was excited about this, I was ready. It was going to be like a late Christmas present, but it wasn't, because not only does it get a down, it's getting the brown down. Just a quick reminder that we only give out golden ups or brown downs when something absolutely deserves it. The real problem here was the finish, or lack thereof. Instead, the ref called off the match after Jeff Hardy went a little bit crazy on the outside as he continued to knee Samoa Joe in the face. And are you kidding me? Samoa Joe has been presented as a psychopath, but for some reason, he can't take some knees to the face. Hasn't this happened before with Joe too? Didn't we call off another match because he was too injured or getting too beaten up to continue? What on earth? Eventually, Joe did fight back, and the segment ended with him locking the Kikita clutch onto Jeff Hardy. But if you don't have a proper ending to the match, here's an idea. Don't do the match. And yeah, I get it, Jeff snapped after all the verbal abuse that he'd suffered, but then do a crazy attack pre-fight Stop jobbing Samoa Joe out, it makes him look like a little baby. And is his name Baby Joe? No, it's not. It's Samoa Joe. If he ever does get like a Leo Rush partner though, you can call him Baby Joe. Shinsuke Nakamura then told us that Rusev is on the naughty list, which means Nakamura must have a direct line to Santa Claus, and that's pretty cool. And because of that, all he's gonna get for Christmas is a knee to the face. And can you imagine if that was a real thing? You sat there, you're all excited with your family, you know, you've got loads of food coming later and you're unwrapping your parcel, and all of a sudden Shinsuke Nakamura's knee comes out the box and smashes you right in the jaw. You ain't gonna be happy. Not entirely sure what I thought of what happened afterwards, because the Usos were walking backstage. Jimmy said he was gonna go find his wife, but instead he found Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose, and given that he was stood under mistletoe, Mandy Rose said they should kiss. Before long, Naomi ran in to fight them off, as you would, so instead, they kissed. Did I need this? Did I get anything from this? I don't think I did. Down. Screw that though, because on the last SmackDown of 2018, we did have Shinsuke Nakamura versus Rusev for the US Championship, and hot damn, Rusev won. He's your new title holder, not just an up, but a golden up. It was a damn good match too, and you should go out of your way to watch it, packed full of near falls and a crowd that by the end were totally into it. They couldn't decide who they liked more, Rusev or Nakamura. They also showed a lot of confidence from WWE, because this didn't just go for a few minutes, they had some significant time and they made the most of it. And the only sort of badness I'll take from it is that why can't Shinsuke have been given the opportunity to have more matches like this? It was honestly excellent. They kept escaping each other's moves, and there was one near fall after a Matchka kick that absolutely stunned me. I thought that was it, but when he hit another one, Rusev did get the 1, 2, 3, and he's the new US champion. And look, it's nice and simple. Because this match went long, because I believe that both wrestlers wanted to win that title, all of a sudden, the US championship feels like it means something, and the smile etched on Rusev's face, well, that was the cherry on top. What happens now to Nakamura, I don't know. The rumors out there are that his contract ends early next year, and here we have WWE taking titles away from him, and that makes me stroke my beard. But we won't worry about that for now. We're only worried about the fact that it's Rusev Day, and that Rusev is on top of the world. Come on! Now, if you are a person who checks spoilers, given that these were tape shows, you may know about all of this, but you wouldn't have heard about the very end segment to SmackDown, because that must have been shot when no one was looking and only aired last night. But I tell you, it got me intrigued, it getting up. Vince McMahon approached AJ Styles and said, look, I know you're not like most wrestlers. A lot of people come in, they win championships, they want to make their money, and then they go home, but you're not like that. And also, AJ Styles, I think there's an animal inside of you. I'm gonna guess a frog. Vince wanted to see that animal, so he took his hand and he slapped AJ Styles right across the face, and clearly that pissed off AJ Styles, as it would. He wasn't expecting a slap around the face from his boss. He probably thought he was going to get a mince pie, maybe even a nice bonus check. AJ then lost his mind and smacked Vince McMahon back, and also then kind of squatted and made some weird screaming noises. I'm not going to lie, it looked a bit like he needed to go to the toilet. I understand that makes me sound like a child, but that's what it looked like. Random officials then ran in to make sure that Vinnie Mac was okay, and he was like, yeah, I'm fine, and he had a wry smile on his face. You got to imagine this was his plan. This is what he wanted. Why? I don't know. But I will say, this wasn't Styles turning heel. I saw that all over social media this morning. It was just adding a bit of complexity to his character. And I guess there's going to be some kind of relationship between Vince and AJ. I'm alright with that. It would be cool. It'll be fun. Also, where does it go? We're going to find that in 2019. Write that on the calendar. What is going to happen with Vince McMahon and AJ Styles? Yeah, I like it. And if you didn't see too, one of the random officials was Jamie Noble, and in a recent Y video, I said the change will come when Jamie Noble comes back to TV. I did it. I got it right again. Aren't I an asshole? Yes, I am. Now, don't forget to leave a comment below and let us know what you thought about last night's SmackDown. Like, share, and subscribe. Head on over to WhatCulture.com. Read yourself some articles. Follow WhatCulture on Twitter, WhatCulture WWE. And as you are chilling out after all that turkey, go and watch a load of videos here on WhatCulture Wrestling, including ups and downs for Raw that went live yesterday. It was nice and festive. My name is Sam from WhatCulture. Thank you very much for watching, and also thank you for watching throughout the year. I always appreciate it. You lovely folk, and I'll see you again soon.